Hello! This is Mr. Chattery, and we're here with another team preview for PGBL. This is week 4 versus the New York Charmanders. So, right as of now, we have 3 losses, 0 victories. Let's see if we could turn this around. So I'm going to actually try to do this little team preview thing a little bit different. I think it hasn't been that visually interesting before. I thought it would make more sense just to have it where I'm talking and stuff, but I think it'll make more sense having my face here where I could tell you what Pokemon I'm bringing in, instead of just doing like a one-by-one reveal. We've got them all on the bottom, but let's actually look at the team that I want to bring. So last time we tried out Chinchino. Chinchino didn't really do well as I'd hoped, so this time we're going to swap it out for Mega Caesar again. This is a bulky Caesar. It's got U-turn roost. It's made to just try to survive as long as possible, get a Swords Dance, and then do as much damage as possible. Looking at my opponent's team, it might be good for me to read this team list off to you. Hannonz, who is the coach for New York Charmanders, has Drapion, Hoopa Unbound, which is his Z move user, Jolteon, Hecleon, Latios, Mega Lopunny, Marowak Alolan form, Rotom-Mow, Togekiss, Vaporeon, and Steelix. And Steelix is also a possible Z move user, but I do feel like Hoopa is more than likely to be that because Hoopa has crazy stats. It has 160 attack, 170 special attack. As soon as Hoopa's on the field, I need to take it out. I need to hit it with a physical move because it's got 130 special defense. So Hoopa Unbound is like one of the craziest Pokemon stat-wise. It's a Pokemon that I always have a hard time using, but looking at its stats, if you can use it, you can destroy like entire teams more than likely. So I'm expecting that to be his Z move user. So I'm going to actually go through the team, let everybody see what I'm bringing. The main thing for that, see, the problem is once Hoopa is on the field, I don't really have much to stop it from taking something out or doing a lot of damage. My best bet is to send out Scrafty, you know, for the Intimidate plus the Assault Vest. So let's actually look at these sets here. I am very afraid of Hoopa Unbound. That is the thing I'm most afraid of. Also, Mega Lopunny, but I don't feel that scared of it because I do have Toxapex. Toxapex is always a good Pokemon. It's very bulky. This one's got some special defense and actually got more special defense investment this time. Usually I have Goodra as my special wall. This is my physical wall. We're going to try something different. This is going to be my special wall. So let's start off with Zapdos. So Zapdos is going to have the specs. I do like that power that Zapdos brings. We're going to be bringing Thunderbolt as a stab move. That hits a lot of things really hard. Of course, Rotom-Mow doesn't care about that. And Steelix really doesn't care about that. And Jolteon also. But for those, we do have Heat Wave. Heat Wave can hit those either super effective or pretty decently in the case of Jolteon. Of course, Latios is a problem. We have U-Turn too that takes care of Latios. And the main thing that takes care of is Hoopa Unbound. So if I can U-turn out and get out of there before, you know, U-turn on the Hoopa, that's going to be great. That's what I really, really want because Hoopa's a huge threat. Hoopa's really weak to Bug-type moves, so we're going to try to use that to our advantage. So that's the main thing. We do have Roost, just in case we need to heal up, because keeping this thing alive is going to be pretty important, and that's what we're going to try to do. So that's that. There we have Static as its ability. Of course, it's probably not the best ability because Zapdos does not have the best defense, but it might come in handy. I know last week it did not come in handy at all. It didn't activate, but maybe this would come in handy if we're facing that Mega Lopunny. The next Pokemon is Toxapex. This is one of my favorite Pokemon to use, and this is going to actually be a Toxic Spike set, because looking at my opponent's team, there's a lot of things that like just barely live certain hits. So if I can get something's toxic, that's going to be great, especially that Hoopa Unbound. It can live one U-turn from Zapdos. So if I can get it toxic poisoned and whittle down a little bit, that U-turn will take care of it. Also, that will take care of certain things that are huge threats. I feel like Kecleon could be a threat. Because, well, I mean, not really a threat, but it'll be annoying to take out because Kecleon has really good special defense. Also, Vaporeon, which I honestly think my opponent will bring a Vaporeon with Hail Bell, so that's going to be a problem. But we do have Zapdos for that. So yeah, we're going to have to play around with Vaporeon, I feel like. I feel like there's no way around that, because everything on my team, I could bring Lantern, but I feel like water and electric. I've already got a good water and a good electric. I don't need to bring Lantern just for one Pokemon. I'm hoping that we can play around that thing and take it out. But anyway, we have Recover and Knock Off too. Just your basic Toxapex set. I went with the Sassy Nature on this thing because it's not outspeeding anything. The only thing it can outspeed is Steelix, and we don't have to really worry about that because we've got things that take care of Steelix. Next Pokemon, we're going to bring Typhlosion back. Looking at my opponent's team, there are a lot of fast Pokemon, and if you remember of how I decide which fire type to bring, Chandelure or Typhlosion, it's based on if my opponent has more speed. And yeah, my opponent has a lot of speed here. Jolteon for 1, Latios, and Lopunny. Of course, Chandelure with a Scarf can outspeed Latios. But the Mega Lopunny and the Jolteon, Chandelure cannot outspeed. And the big thing with Lopunny is it's a huge threat to Chandelure. Of course, we do have the Ghost typing, but Mega Lopunny has Scrafty, so that does a lot of damage. So what we're going to try to do with this Typhlosion set, it's EV'd in a way where it can outspeed Mega Lopunny. So what we want to do is try to send out Typhlosion. We want to do this like late game and just try to get some knockouts with Eruption. We do have Hidden Power Rock. That's mainly there for the Marowak, because Marowak is a huge problem for Typhlosion. So yeah, and then Vaporeon's also a problem, but I don't think I can stay in on Vaporeon anyway, because Typhlosion has nothing that can really hurt Vaporeon. I do feel like Vaporeon is going to be the problem of this game, because not much that I can really do. I mean, it could have Ice Beam for Zapdos, it could have... I feel like whenever Vaporeon's there, I have to go hard into Toxapex and try to set up some toxic spikes. The problem with that, though, is my opponent does have Drapion, and that could come in and sponge up some of the toxic spikes. But then other than that, I feel like toxic spikes are the way to go. We also have Focus Blast just to fill the slot. Typhlosion doesn't have the best move pool, and I really think Typhlosion should have a better move pool. I really think so. I think that would make Typhlosion better, but we're going to try this set out. Now we have Scrafty here. This is an Assault Vest Scrafty. We're going to bring Knockoff. My opponent has things that could be threats if it's got certain items. And Knockoff takes care of those pretty well. We also have Drain Punch. That's just in case we need to heal up. It's always good to have Drain Punch on your bulkier Pokemon. This is going to be like pretty bulky set here. We do have Low Kick. That's mainly there for Hoopa and Steelix, because it does a lot of damage. And then Poison Jab is really only there for Togekiss, because Togekiss really can easily come in and be a problem. So if we can Poison Jab that, we'll do some decent damage. Not a lot of damage, but have some option to take some damage on that thing. So now this is going to be my Z-Move user. This is going to be my Whimsicott here. I do believe that Hardy nature is not what I wanted. Thing's not loading. Great, it's not loading. Supposed to be serious. I don't know. I'll have to figure something out there. But we have Memento, of course, Darknium Z. Memento. We can heal up anything. This thing is EV'd in a way where it outspeeds, what does it outspeed? Latios. It's meant to just outspeed Latios. That's the main thing. I think, honestly, it doesn't matter. I don't remember what I had on this thing. But anyway, yeah, that's the main thing. We have Defog, Prankster Defog, because I'm scared of having Spikes or Stealth Rocks on my side. Of course, my opponent could easily bring in the Drapion, but if that's the case, we'll just Moonblast. We have U-Turn as well, so we can keep the offensive up. And the last Pokemon we're going to bring is our Mega. It's been a while since we brought this thing, but this is actually going to be a more defensive set rather than offensive. I feel like I've already went through this one. Yeah, but Bullet Punch, you know, does a lot of good. Swords Dance, U-Turn, of course, and Roost. So, looking at my opponent's team, I do feel like Koopa and Vaporeon are the biggest two threats. Of course, Lopunny is always a threat, so those are the three Pokemon I'm the most afraid of. But I'm hoping we can play around those. So, if you like this, give it a thumbs up and tune in tomorrow to see how well we do. I'll see you then.